Content Catchup.
My turn this week. I did have something that I'll save for next week because I thought it was terrific. But there's something that jumped out of, I guess.
Jumped.
Did you see what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did there.
No, there's something that probably everyone in this sort of space, it's a bit of a, not a dream, but you'd sort of love the idea of launching a brand new sporting team. And that happened during the week in the basketball. You saw it, Jules, the Tasmania JackJumpers. Yes, that's what they called them, the JackJumpers.
The JackJumpers.
Which was beloved by everyone. No, it wasn't. But I thought we can look at a few things. But firstly, what do you thought? Let's go the name, straight to the name. So the background behind choosing the name, I don't know if it was the NBL or the actual team, but they decided to make the team name or make it seem like the fans could choose the team name. I'm not sure if they could have actually, but they put it down to a bit of a competition, which meant they showed all the options to everyone, which of course meant the name that they were going to end up choosing, you're putting a bit of pressure on yourself because everyone knows what they could have been called.
Yeah.
So I think that, I don't know whose idea that was, but it was probably a bit of backlash. But what do you think of the name?
Being completely honest with you, when I first saw it, I thought it was a joke. I don't... Like, when you think of great basketball names over the years, like, or names of teams that are really powerful, I don't know if JackJumpers kind of hits the mark. But then you dive into it a little bit more, and I did some solid Wikipedia-ing. And I worked out what a JackJumper was. And I guess it's kind of nice. It's a nice Tasmanian tie-in. I guess the other part, the obvious parts are like the Tassie Tigers or the Tassie Devils or something like that. But probably, I don't know, I guess it's a Tasmanian thing.
Yeah, I think you can't. So they're ants that are they only in Tasmania or just deadly ants?
I think like southern Australia, so I don't even know if they're like purely Tasmanian.
So yeah, like what you said about diving into it is, so I'm very torn on this because that was my initial reaction as well. I'm like, that's honestly a trash name. I don't think they can. I don't know if it's legally, but I'll say illegally because it sounds better. I don't think they can legally call it Tasmania Devils. I don't know if they can use Tigers because Tigers are already.
Melbourne. Yep.
Yeah, but at least the name means something to Tasmania. But my whole thing is, because you made it public and because it's such a big thing of a team, such a big thing of a franchise, it's not something that should be hard to get wrong, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It does make sense.
It should be something to get quite easily right, the team name.
Yes, yeah.
But
especially when you're giving it, like, put a poll to it and have had years to think about something like this as well.
Yeah, and then, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's probably not that important because, hey, Tassie got a team. It's what everyone wants.
Yeah.
But that's what you're known for. But do you remember when the Pelicans came in? How stupid does that sound? But now it's just normal. So it might be alright.
It might be alright. But, like, a pelican is still, like... I know it sounds stupid.
It's not fearful.
But, it's like... It's a JackJumper. Like...
Yeah.
It doesn't lend itself to a nice team name. Like, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe we just don't get it because we're not Tasmanian. But like,
but I think what it does lend itself to is, and what we'll see here with their video, is it does lend itself to a cool mascot aimed towards kids.
Yes.
So we'll watch our screen. I'll show my screen, but we can watch the video. And I think that's what I want to talk about, who they've aimed it towards, and it's very obviously kids.
Yeah.
Cool
Colour scheme though, and cool like logo.
No, I completely agree. Actually, we'll talk about that first because I'm going to talk about that. I think, despite the name, the branding and the vibe of it looks pretty cool. Yeah. I'm a fan of it. I think...
Just the vibe.
The vibe. I think...
Yeah.
Well, you can see they haven't posted that much, but... So, yeah, here... Made it very clear
what were some of the other names?
None of them are great. Tridents, Mountaineers, Pride... I don't know how...
Mountaineers? What are they, fucking Canadians? Like, what?
I don't know. I think the best...
They're all trash names.
What do you think the best is there?
Out of those, probably Tridents.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Best of the worst is Tridents. Anyway, we'll
Yeah.
move past the name because I feel like people have talked about it enough. And to be honest,
Yeah.
who it's probably just one person's opinion up the top of who chose the team name. But yeah, let's watch the video.
Yeah,
You've seen this, but
From below the earth of the island state comes a mighty new force. Fierce in spirit and feared by many. Introducing the Tasmania JackJumpers. Swarming the lead, backed by an army of 500,000 Tasmanians. They'll strike fear with their venomous attack and brutal defense. The JackJumpers, the pride of Tasmania, are ready to loom large on the world stage. This is the day we've all been waiting for, when Tasmania marches as one. Get ready for the spectacle. Get ready for the unexpected. Get ready for entertainment of epic proportions. The Tasmania JackJumpers march to the top begins now. Join the march today.
so I think from our reaction and looking at your reaction there, it's pretty. It goes on to what I was about to say. For people our age, it's sort of like it's very corny. But for what it is in terms of the creation of the video, like I didn't expect such a slick animation. Like I didn't expect that, but I think it's very clear that they aim towards. Geez, it feels like 10-year-old. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kids. It's absolutely kids. The animation itself it's very well put together. Like that's a really, really slick animation. But some of the stuff in there is, you're right, very corny. And the voiceover guy.
Yeah, I think they've taken it one step too far and was sort of making it seem like Tasmania's taking on the world.
They're not.
Leave it to Australia. I think you could have easily brought in that every sporting team is sort of sport in Australia has wanted a Tasmania team. So surely you could sort of lean on that a little and be like, it's finally here. Like it's what everyone.
Do you think that they'll launch with this like kid strategy first, and then down the line when it gets closer to the NBL season restarting, they'll do a more serious adult one?
I think so. I was talking to my brother and you. I think a bit about it. Actually, no, we stopped. We didn't give our opinions because we saved it for this. But do you think aiming it towards such a younger generation hurts everyone else, or is it wise?
I think it's really smart. I think, and you'll have your own opinions on this as well, but you look at where you're going to get grassroots participation, and if kids are really excited about like a new character, the Jack Jumper, and like really cool animations, a cartoony kind of vibe, they're going to want to go and play basketball. And that like then forces the parents to take them to basketball, which means that they've got to take them to games, which then means the parents are going to get. It's a whole flow-on effect. It's like, I don't know, after you watched Space Jam for the first time, did you want to go out and play basketball?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then your parents are like, well, let's get them a basketball, let's get them a hoop, let's get them some shoes. It's just like...
I think what you said, I completely agree, and I think a lot of people might not be seeing that point because it is mainly people our age or older looking at it and being like, Jesus, how corny is this? Like how... But when you think about it, and I think they quickly... I don't know if it was the same day, but they got to 1,000 members very quickly. So obviously it's worked. And the more you think about it, it's very smart. As you said, it's all about the kids, and that's what's going to start it. That's what's going to get people to games. And how cool is the mascot when you're a 10-year-old?
It's so... I was even thinking with the mascot, like how cool is it going to be when they do stuff in stadium? Yeah. I don't know what other teams do, but like Boston Celtics have the stupid leprechaun that like goes and does flips and stuff during a game. The Jack Jumper will be pretty cool.
Yeah, kids will love it.
Yeah.
And we looked at it before, but I think their identity as well. So I think my whole overview of this is whoever decided on the name, that's not up to the designers, or I think it was actually an external company that branded it all. So to the people that made everything, and even their first few posts, I think their Twitter game looks really professional. Well done to everyone, the creators. Like, you don't decide the name, you don't decide. I guess they might have designed the mascot, but kudos to them.
Side note, right? Do you think, like, by choosing such a left of field name, they've actually done themselves more favours because everyone's talking about it now?
Yeah, that's a very good point. I think that's definitely a factor. It's like I think I saw on Twitter during the week someone naming all the weird sport teams that now we know. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but there's some weird longer names as well. But now you just think of it like that's what you know them for. So it's just a name. When
you think about it, there's two teams in baseball that are called like the Red Sox or the White Sox, like literally named after a piece of
that's true.
clothing.
And that sounds cool now.
Soccer, it does. It's very baseball. But in LA, they've got the LA Galaxy.
Yeah, imagine launching. Imagine when that launched.
Port Adelaide are named after like an electrical current.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, you're right. Maybe we are just overdoing it. JackJumpers, here to stay.
Well, it's probably just because that's the human reaction. Like, you see something, and weirdly enough, maybe we're all just, it's like how we're all wired, that you want to, rather than give props, you want to nitpick at something.
And when you think about characters, like, at least the way that they've framed their Jack Jumper, at least it's like, when you think of basketball, it can jump high. It's got venomous attack.
Exactly. Now you're probably thinking... There you go, Jules. Now you're thinking like a 10-year-old.
Venomous attack. That voiceover guy, I tell you what, he's no Pete.
Oh, we should redo that with Pete.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Maybe we should do that.
You need to find a way to get rid of their voice though.
Couldn't you just type in the script?
No, but like, do you replace the music? Because you'd have to get rid of download their video. And anyway, we're probably getting off track.
Let us know if you want us to recreate the Tasmanian JackJumpers video with Pete.
I feel like
we'll get him onto it.
Our overwhelming first opinion is just do it. So probably happening.